Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Sunny Storm Scoop, your go-to spot for daily U.S. weather updates, right here on YouTube. I'm your host, and today we're breaking down the forecast for Tuesday, May 27th, 2025. We've got a lot to cover, from stormy skies in the south to warming temps out west, plus everything in between. We'll start with a national overview to see what's happening across the country, then dive into each region, Northeast, Midwest, South, and West. We'll also hit you with critical weather warnings and some practical tips to keep you safe and ready, whether you're heading to work, planning a day out, or just relaxing at home. So grab a snack, settle in, and let's get into this forecast for May 27, 2025. Let's start with the big picture, a national overview of what's going on across the United States today. We've got a stationary frontal boundary hanging out over the southern plains and southeast, and it's not going anywhere fast. This front is pulling in warm, humid air from the Gulf Coast, which is fueling organized thunderstorms and scattered showers across the region. You can see it on the map. Check out this boundary stretching across the south, bringing all that moisture with it. To the north of this front, cooler air is keeping things in check, but closer to the Gulf, it's feeling more like summer. Meanwhile, out west, we're seeing a warm-up after a cooler Monday, with high pressure building in and pushing temperatures above normal. And by Wednesday, that front in the south starts lifting northeast, spreading rain into the Midwest and Mid-Atlantic. It's a real mix out there, so let's zoom in and see what each region has in store, starting with the Northeast. If you're in the Northeast, shout out to our viewers in New York and Boston. Here's what you need to know. In New York, today's looking partly cloudy with a chance of showers by evening as that front starts to move in. Temperatures will range between 18 and 22 degrees Celsius with a 30% chance of rain. It's not a washout, but if you're strolling through Central Park or catching a show on Broadway, you might want a light jacket just in case. Over in Boston, it's a similar vibe, partly cloudy with temperatures between 17 and 21 degrees Celsius and a 30% chance of showers later in the day. If you're planning a day along the Freedom Trail or grabbing some clam chowder, you should be fine for most of the day, but keep an eye on the radar as evening approaches. Things warm up tomorrow with highs near 26 degrees Celsius across much of New England, so you've got that to look forward to. Now let's head to the Midwest, where the weather's starting to shift. In Chicago, part of the Midwest, you'll see rain moving in today and sticking around into Wednesday. Temperatures will be cooler than usual, between 15 and 19 degrees Celsius, with a 50% chance of rain. It's going to be a wet one, so if you're heading to the Art Institute or walking along the Chicago Riverwalk, definitely bring an umbrella and maybe some waterproof shoes. Over in Minneapolis, also in the Midwest, expect similar conditions. Rain with temperatures between 14 and 18 degrees Celsius and a 50% chance of showers. If you're planning a day at the Sculpture Garden or a trip to the lakes, you might want to save those outdoor plans for later in the week when things dry out a bit. The rain spreads across the Great Lakes by Wednesday, so keep that in mind if you're traveling. Let's move down to the south where things are heating up. And I don't just mean the temperatures. If you're in Texas, part of the Southern Plains, brace for a stormy day. Temperatures will range between 27 and 32 degrees Celsius, but in South Texas, it could climb to 38 degrees Celsius. Pretty toasty. The big story, though, is the thunderstorms. There's a 60% chance of storms, and some could be severe, bringing large hail, damaging winds, and even a tornado or two. We'll talk more about this in our warning section, but for now, know that cities like Houston and Dallas are in the hot seat. If you're planning a day at the rodeo or a barbecue, morning might be your best bet before the storms roll in. Over in Florida, part of the Southeast, it's also warm and humid, with temperatures between 26 and 30 degrees Celsius. You've got a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms, especially in places like Miami and Tampa. If you're hitting the beach or heading to a theme park, keep an eye on the sky and have a backup plan for indoor fun if the storms hit. Finally, let's check out the West, where things are looking sunny and warm. In California, expect mostly sunny skies with temperatures between 20 and 29 degrees Celsius along the I-5 corridor, though the interior could hit 33 degrees Celsius. It's a perfect day for a beach trip in Santa Monica or a hike in Yosemite. The chance of rain is less than 5%, so you're good to go. Coastal areas like San Francisco will be cooler, between 16 and 20 degrees Celsius, with some morning fog. Over in Oregon, part of the Pacific Northwest, you're looking at sunny skies too, with temperatures between 21 and 26 degrees Celsius. If you're in Portland or Eugene, it's a great day for outdoor plans. Just watch for a bit of haze in the interior as temps climb. The Southwest, like Arizona, will see highs around 38 degrees Celsius in the deserts, so it's definitely feeling like summer out there. Now let's get into some serious weather warnings, because we've got some big stuff to talk about in the South. From Texas eastward into the Southeast, think Louisiana, Mississippi, and Georgia, there's a slight risk of severe thunderstorms today. The Storm Prediction Center says these storms could bring large hail, wind gusts up to 60 kilometers per hour, and even a tornado or two. Cities like Houston, Dallas, and Atlanta are in the risk zone. So if you're in those areas, stay alert. There's also a slight risk of excessive rainfall, with up to 30 millimeters of rain per hour possible, which could lead to flash flooding. Urban areas, roads, and low-lying spots are most vulnerable, so if you see standing water on the road, turn around, don't drown. If you're in these regions, check the latest updates from the National Weather Service at weather.gov or download their app for real-time alerts. And if you hear thunder, get indoors fast. Don't risk it with lightning, especially in open areas like parks or golf courses. For those in less stormy spots, we've still got some things to watch out for. In the Midwest and Mid-Atlantic, where rain is moving in, watch for slick roads, especially during the evening commute in cities like Chicago or Washington, D.C. Out west, where it's warming up, heat safety is key. If you're in California or Arizona, where temps are climbing into the 30s, make sure to use sunscreen with an SPF of at least 30 and wear a hat or sunglasses if you're outside for long. Also, stay hydrated. Bring plenty of water if you're hiking or spending the day at the beach. And if you've got pets, make sure they have shade and water too. Coastal areas in the west, like San Francisco, will be cooler, but you might still need a light layer for the morning fog. Let's go over some tips to help you make the most of your day, no matter where you are. If you're in the South, where storms and heavy rain are a concern, don't forget your umbrella or raincoat. Avoid driving through flooded areas, and if you get caught in a storm while you're out, find sturdy shelter. Stay away from trees or power lines. For those in the Midwest and Mid-Atlantic, where it's rainy, keep an umbrella handy and maybe plan some indoor activities, like a museum visit or a cozy movie night. If you're in the West, where it's sunny and warm, take advantage of the nice weather, but don't forget those heat safety tips I mentioned. If you're planning a beach day or a picnic, setting up a canopy or umbrella for shade is a great idea. And if you're traveling, whether it's a road trip or just a quick errand, check the forecast along your route before you head out. A little planning goes a long way with weather this varied across the country. Let's do a quick recap for a few more cities to make sure we've got everyone covered. If you're in Washington, D.C., in the Mid-Atlantic, expect rain today with temperatures between 16 and 20 degrees Celsius and a 50% chance of showers. In Atlanta, Georgia, in the Southeast, it'll be warm and stormy, with temperatures between 25 and 29 degrees Celsius and a 60% chance of thunderstorms. In Denver, Colorado, in the west, you're looking at partly cloudy skies with a chance of showers, temperatures between 18 and 23 degrees Celsius, and a 20% chance of rain. And finally, if you're in Seattle, Washington, also in the west, expect sunny skies with temperatures between 19 and 24 degrees Celsius and less than a 5% chance of rain. Wherever you are, we've got the info you need to plan your day. All right, let's wrap this up. Today, May 27th, we've got a real mix across the country. Rain moving into the Midwest and Mid-Atlantic, sunny and warm weather out west, and some serious storms in the south. Temperatures are ranging from the teens to the high 30s. But the big story is the severe weather in Texas and the southeast, with heavy rain, thunderstorms, and a tornado risk. Wherever you are, stay safe and enjoy your day. We've got all kinds of weather out there, so there's something for everyone. Thanks for watching, friends. If you like this forecast, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to Sunny Storm Scoop, and hit that bell to never miss an update. We'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment, Let us know what the weather's like where you are, or suggest what you'd like to see in our next video. Maybe you've got questions about the upcoming hurricane season, or you're curious how we make these forecasts. We're here to help. See you tomorrow for another weather update. Stay safe and have an awesome day.